The last person that I fight, it was like the battle of David and Goliath. This guy would bench over. He was benching like 800 pounds at the gym, bench pressing. Bench press was 800. This guy was like 6'9". I would see him because I would go to the gym when I would train. But the last fight, they said that I had another guy that was gonna come fight me, and then it was him. It was the guy I would see at the gym. He came and he's looking around. You could see him coming from a distance because he's way taller than everybody else. And he says, "Where's the person that is beating my people? Where is he at?" Then he looked at me and he's like, "Is that the guy that y'all afraid of? This guy's causing all the, is beating up my people." And then he looked at me and he said, "When I get a hold of you, I'm gonna break your back and you're gonna be paralyzed for the rest of your life." That's what he told me. So right there, his intentions were already bad for me. But while he was saying this, I wasn't really paying attention too much because I had been in so many fights and I knew that Jesus Christ was with me and I could feel the presence of the Holy Spirit around me that I was just looking at him and studying him, in which I seen that he favored his left side more than his right, which would tell me that he had an injury there. So I would just let him speak whatever, and then he's telling me, "Are you stupid? You don't talk." And I'm just studying him, while he's too busy trying to have a conversation with me, saying what he's going to do to me. I'm studying him to see where the openings that I can use when we fight, because I know we're going to have to fight regardless. So it happened. I noticed that yeah, he was a big guy, uh, but he was too slow. I let him take a punch. He was too heavy that when he swung, I easily went underneath his punch and he missed. So I noticed he was too slow. So sometimes when people like that, you want to get them upset. But when he was swinging and miss, I would go behind his head and slap him in the back of the head intentionally. So he was getting mad, and then he would turn around and he'd take another power hit, and I'll take one step back. He will miss, and I'll dodge because I was fast, and I slap him in the back of the head. So I was toying with him for about a good 3 minutes like this because he had said something to me. I asked him a question. I asked him, "Did you?" After he said all the things he was saying about me, I asked him a question. I asked him. I asked him a question. The question I asked him was, "Did you say something about my mother?" And he said, "F your mother." And you know how I told you that I had lost my mother, so I used that as energy to stay focused on him and do what I had to do. But to make a long story short, uh, after he threw a lot of power punches, he was trying to knock me out. He took one swing, he missed. I hit him on the elbow. I used to train with immovable objects, trees. I hit him, and the whole upper body spun, and he left an opening of his temple, the vein on the temple. And I gave him one blow, not a punch. I just hit him with a phalange on that vein, uh, to cut the pressure to his power unit, which would be the brain. Which when you could say short circuited when I hit that vein, he couldn't move no more, and his whole body just fell to the ground. He passed out with a blow because I cut the circulation to his brain, in which I knew pressure points. Like I said, I was highly trained, and they didn't know this. So I put my knees on his shoulders, and I was gonna work him over, but then they pulled me off of him. I didn't work him over, so I just left him. As far as I know, he was never the same after that fight. You know, to my understanding, he had issues after that. When you hit somebody in a location like that, and it affects the brain, then the brain is what controls everything else. You start having other issues like heart problems and stuff like that.
Did you ever speak to him after that?
I never spoke to him again.
Hmm.
I never got to speak to him because after that fight is when I went out to Operation Desert Storm to war. That's when a lot of other things happened out there where I was being targeted too.